You are now listening to Between Us Girls, the podcast, where we discuss life's fuckeries and then some over wine.
Hey, welcome to our show. This is Michelle.
And Sharonda.
And this is Between Us Girls. And you can always find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you can listen to podcasts. Social media, we're everywhere at Girl Talking Wine on Twitter. Let's see, Between Us Girls, the podcast on Facebook. Between Us Girls podcast on Instagram. Give us money.
That was my line.
Sorry.
Also, if you would like to, help us out with some of the costs that we incur, which, is really kind of a lot.
Right. Like we buy what? However many bottles of wine?
Yeah. I mean, we've gotten some donated. So thank you for the donations that we have received. But, our travel time, we'll be in New Orleans in August. So it's just, a bunch of things that cost us money. So if you'd like to make a donation to us, which we would grandly appreciate and shout you out, by the way.
Yes.
You can go over to www.patreon.com/Between Us Girls.
Yes. Okay, so today we're going to talk about, I don't know if everybody has seen the Red Table Talks with Jada Pinkett Smith, but there was an after show based on the first episode, I think. Was it the first episode? Yeah, the first episode where she and Cherie, first of all, what am I doing?
I know, me too. I'm like trying to adjust it.
She and Cherie, they had like a come to Jesus, not really a come to Jesus because they're already cool, but they sat down and they really talked about like, what their relationship was like and kind of how things went for them. And so it kind of brought up a question for us, which was like, for people who have kids, are you ready to date? Because it is at some point going to involve co-parenting if you're going to go to that next level.
Right. So today we're discussing,
nigga, is you ready to co-parent or no?
Or I thought,
or just co-parenting period.
Well, I thought we were more so leaning towards, if you are not ready to co-parent yet, should you be dating?
Oh, well, fix it then. Shit, I don't know.
I mean, but all of those things, either way, all of those things come together and they matter. You know what I mean? Like they're all going to be rolled into one anyway. So. Right.
Okay. So let me backtrack. Let me fix it.
No, I'm not trying to be the
fixer?
the topic police. I want to get us, make sure we have a clear, concise.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and that's one thing.
And then we can just branch the fuck off like we always do, because that's what we do. We branch off. We go into other stuff. Next thing you know, we're gonna be talking about these squirrels out here stripping and shit. You know what I'm saying? Wasting their lives. So it is what it is.
I mean, but you know how my brain works. Like my brain, I'm always like, I wouldn't say it's jumbled, but like for a person like that has attention issues, it's just kind of like, bloop. But you miss like so many points, on your way there. So
that's what we're going to be discussing.
What are we sipping on?
So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are sipping on a la carte. It is a white wine blend. It's called the Winemaker's Blend out of California. The vintage is 2014.
Yeah.
And our wonderful alcohol content on this one, is it on the front? Oh, look at it. All small. 12.8.
Okay, so we're almost at 13. We better turn up.
So here's our bottle, guys. A la carte.
We better turn up.
Oh my God. Okay, so it's a mixture of 3 different grapes. It's a Roussanne, a Marsanne, and a Verdelho.
Ooh.
So those are the 3 grapes that we're mixing with. So now
that's the lady at work's name for what's her name? Shelly Verdell. That's an old name right there.
Verdell. Oh yeah, from our last episode. Tell that bitch Verdell I said she can kiss my ass.
Bitch, don't touch my trash can. No, my bitch. Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, so like we were saying, we kind of got some ideas from the Red Table Talks after show.
Yes.
So,
which is Jada Pinkett's show, just in case y'all don't know. That's her new Facebook show.
Yeah.
Only on Facebook.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's her her show. So
like it would be really dope if we could do a Facebook show. Not to say like we're on Jada Pinkett's level, but bitch, we was in the Chronicle and shit.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? We was in the Chronicle 2 times.
Yeah, we was in the Chronicle and shit. Housetonia magazine. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh!
Shout out to Nick D.
Shut up!
She said that's her mom's country ass name.
Okay, well, sorry, Nicole.
Nick. No disrespect. I'm so sorry. No disrespect.
Verdell now.
It's okay. My mama's name is my grandma who raised me, Annabelle. So she sound like a cow. Yeah.
My mom's name is Louise.
Oh, she's looking for her Thelma.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that. But to continue, we wanted to talk about co-parenting. I mean, because that first episode of that show was really kind of about, you know, Jada and Cherie coming to terms with their relationship, because that's what a lot of people don't realize is whenever you're in a co-parenting situation, you have a relationship with that other parent. The third parent,
no matter what,
like you guys have a relationship. You know what I mean?
100%.
So, I guess the question is, if you're not ready to co-parent or you're not ready to allow someone into your space, right? Should you be dating?
I mean, you should date, but don't date a motherfucker that got some kids. Like, it really is that simple. But maybe then again, it's not, because I actually have dated somebody before who, you know, I already had my 2 kids from a previous marriage, and I did meet somebody, and we got really close, and things started to get
closer than
most. Yes. And we actually dated for a while. Things were like progressing to that level, and it actually, like, I feel like him being a step parent was like really weighing on him, and it was like making him think like certain, I don't know what it made him think. I'm not even gonna assume, but
he had like ideas about what it was going to be like, what he was going to have to do, like that kind of stuff, when really like it's not at all like that, because it's not cut and dry, you know. But it is and I won't take this from anybody. It is a grand responsibility to take on, you know, children, period. I'm not just gonna say, oh, somebody else's children, because bitch, if you accept me, you accept my kids.
You know about these kids. They were not a secret. They were not hidden. So you knew about them.
Right.
But I will say it is a grand responsibility to take on, you know, a responsibility of taking care of a child, period.
Right.
And maybe even more so because, you know, they're already here and developed, and they're already little humans already, like,
you know. And I think a lot of times people, and this is for men and women, when they go into a situation where they are dating somebody who has kids, they're like, can I develop the right kind of attachment to this child? You know what I mean? Like, am I going to be shortchanging the kid because I feel like I can't do, or I can't love the way a bio parent would? But I think you absolutely can, because I mean, even for mothers, you only really get attached to your baby after you've built this relationship, this bond. Even though they can't talk, you still have this relationship with them, this bond with them, and I really feel like that's something that can grow. And I think
agreed that bond can grow. You just have to give it time. I mean, but you know, at the end of I hate to at the end of the day.
Bitch, I hate that shit.
I know.
At the end of the motherfucking day. Nigga, the day not over with.
I hate it. Well, it's actually nighttime right now. But at the end of the night.
At the end of the night.
That's what I'm gonna make that a thing.
Hey, 3 people that are watching.
Yeah, thank y'all. 4. Bitches 4.
Closer than close.
But at the end of the night, it's like I was being serious when I said that. God, you're such a jerk. What I'm trying to say is, you immediately will not have that.
Fuck connection. You, fourth person that just left.
No, it's still 4.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Wow, she's a crackhead. Sorry, people.
Sometimes.
You're not gonna immediately have that connection. Like, it's gonna be a work in progress.
Right.
So it's essentially basically a whole new relationship on top of, in my situation, I had 2 children already.
Right.
In addition to trying to build 2 tiny relationships.
Right. You know, and I have the same situation, you know, like I have the 2 kids, and so it's him trying to build a relationship with them kids and then also, you know, conduct a relationship with me. But even still, like when we're at home, it's like I'm trying to maintain my relationship with them. I'm also trying to maintain a relationship with him. You know, it's really the same thing. So like when people look at step parenting, like, I don't know if I'm, well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I'm trying to convey like you know what I'm saying?
No, I know.
People look at it like, it's going to be hard because I don't have a relationship with them. I mean, you have to build that. And then the same goes for the relationship that you have with the other parent. Because, I mean, and the difficulty comes in, of course, because, you know, everybody's not open to a relationship with...
The other parents are always any fucking way.
Right. It usually comes down to, at least in the beginning, there's some opposition to you showing up and saying, okay, well, this is my position. I'm here. I'm this person. You know, and they're like, well, bitch, you don't know me. You know, just like Cherie was saying, at first she was just kind of like, that's not your fucking place. But I always feel like, you know, if you love my child and you're good to them and you're not being abusive or whatever.
We don't have any problem.
Right. I mean, you can never have too much love. So I just, when I see parents having problems because, you know, I'm not even talking into the motherfucking mic. I'm going to be the motherfucker that you can't hear this time.
Yeah, it ain't my fault this time.
Yeah.
Now. Anyway, go ahead.
But I just, see how I moved it. But I just feel like it's sad when you see another parent blocking that love from their child. Because whatever your strong suit is, like you and I, we're good at checking, you know?
Yes,
like,
ma'am.
My son might have a stepmom who's good at loving on him and saying, you know what, you did a great job. You did a good job. You know, you're a good boy, whatever. Shit, I'm just not good at. Because I'm like, well, did you fail?
Right.
You didn't fail, then fucking fine. What the fuck you sad for? You know what I mean? Like we all have different attributes. And these kids can really benefit from having more than one parent. The bonus parent, like the word bonus right there is so legit.
But you really have to delve into the type of relationship that the 2 parents that actually made the child currently have.
Yeah.
See, I'm the type of person where I can move on from people. I can move on from relationships. I hate to say fairly easy because, you know, it's not always easy, but at the end of the day, bitch, I have the gift of goodbye. First of all, it's a gift and a curse. But you have to have at least a decent working relationship.
And one parent can't be continually like attached and kind of miss that old relationship and want the relationship to continue.
You have to be done with that.
Right.
So my situation is like my ex has, since we divorced 1,000 years ago up to today, this guy has had many relationships. Okay.
Right, same.
He has introduced the kids to like every single person that he was dating, whatever the case may be. And now fast forward to today, like now he's married, he has a wife, and I genuinely like this lady. And I was always so open to knowing who these people are that he's dating or that he was quote unquote serious with, because I need to see the bitch
that's gonna be around my
kids. Because you want to see somebody get ignorant, you want to see a motherfucker act a fool.
Yep. Do something
fuck
to my
one
kid.
Of those two.
Right.
And you gonna see the full blown idiot ass NIGG with a capital ER at the end. You're gonna see it come out. It is gonna happen. Eyes closed and everything. You goddamn right. I mean, it's gonna happen.
That's just the truth, though. It's like those. I mean, and it's not saying I want to know who's around my kid because I want to be a hater, or I want to meet you because I need to know what kind of energy you're pouring into my child.
Exactly.
Because the only negative energy that motherfucker need is gonna come from me, bitch, and you're not gonna be negative.
And that's just gonna be ass whooping to discipline, like what you need any damn way.
Right.
But no, I just want to make sure that nobody is saying degrading things because you have to watch people in the world. Some people are jealous of, it's been a situation once before, one of the women that he's dated, that she was jealous of the relationship that he had with my daughter. And it's like, that's his only daughter. He is supposed to treat her a certain like a princess type of way. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the way that he treats a woman that he's in a relationship with, but it's also not like, some random bitch on the street. Like, he's really like supposed to treat her a certain way, and I could tell, and the bitch was low-key real ghetto, like more ghetto than me. And it's like I don't think jealous. She could understand. I don't think she understood that. Because
did she have a dad?
She did have. Well, I don't know if she had a dad, but she did have a kid. But the only kid she had was a little boy.
But if you think about it, like, I mean, people who are against that, maybe they didn't experience that. Like, I had, even though my dad passed away when I was 16, and he didn't show me everything I needed to know, I did have some foundation for what a man should do. Like, I still think, okay, well,
absolutely.
Well, a man should do this, and a man should do this, and a woman should do, and a woman should do, because my mom showed me. But everybody didn't grow up in a household where they had those teachers, you know what I mean? So it's like those people are jealous and bitter and afraid of that what they don't know.
And it's not even that your parents, I guarantee your parents didn't say, hey, Michelle, a man is to do X,
right.
Y, Z.
I just watched.
No, you watched, and you know how you were treated. And see, I was raised the same way. Even though I was raised by grandparents, I had a grandmother and a grandfather.
Right, so you got to see that.
The moment I was born until I was 19 years old when my father died. Like, I knew what it was. Like, that's why I can, even at this point, I have a lot of male friends that I'm just cool with because I get it. I was raised, you know what I'm saying? Me and my grandfather were like this.
Right.
So I was literally raised by a man. I was raised watching boxing, fucking reading comic books, outside fighting, just, playing random fucking street kickball, stickball, like everything. Like, I was raised so much by a man. It's ridiculous. And at the end of the day, like Michelle said, you have to be able to try to maintain that same situation when your household has divided.
Right.
Now, as a mother, I don't think that it's necessarily your place to jump in when things are going on at the other parent's house.
Right. As long as the instructions are there and the child's broken the rule or whatever, discipline the child. Don't beat them within an inch of their life. Don't hit them about the neck and shoulders. But,
don't hit fuck that. Don't hit them, period. Like, I don't know. I feel differently about that.
Yeah. I mean, everybody does. Everybody does.
Yeah,
everybody
that's a whole
does.
other conversation when it comes to mine. But at the end of the day, I feel like once you have, and referring back to the Jada Pinkett when they had her and Cherie on the show, once the child has established that they really like this, step parent, or they really like this new person that the other parents brought in the picture, like, that's all that you kind of really need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, my daughter would come home, and I'm not one of those mothers to question and say, what did you do at your dad's house?
Yeah.
And what's going on over there? But
because I also don't give a fuck.
Because I really don't. Did I drop it on the floor? Oh, I just don't have no fucks.
The fuck's gone. Don't care.
Oh, I don't know. I -3. I was born with -3 fucks, first of all.
Right.
So I could care less about what's going on. The thing I do care about is how the fuck was my child treated? Was she taken care of? Was she ever, did she ever need anything? Whatever. That's
right.
all.
Is there any mistreatment? And not the type that kids try to be extra. Not that. Like, not like, oh, I wanted some cereal and she said no because we was finna eat. Yeah. Go sit your ass down.
Right.
Like real abuse and mistreatment.
But if they can come home and say, like this last one, this lady that he's married, my ex-husband's married to now, when my daughter said, oh yeah, Mom, I really like her, and they went through, my ex and his current wife were going through a tough time of something that happened to them. And my daughter, all she wanted to do was be there to help her stepmom, to help her and help her get through whatever she was going through. And I was like, wow. Damn. I was like, I will take you myself if I have to.
And you know, that's heavy duty for a Taurus child.
Yeah. And cause Taylor don't give a shit about
right. You don't like anyone. We hate everybody.
Y'all hate everybody, but equally.
It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Equally.
It's just crazy. So when she finally came and told me that, I literally, like, it made me, I don't want to go into detail of what but it did make me, like, I shed maybe 1 or 2 baby thug tears, because I was like, one, I know that this lady genuinely cares for my daughter.
Right. If she's caring for her back.
My daughter cares for her back, because my daughter don't give a fuck about nothing. She don't care about me half the time. So
that is a lie. That baby love you.
She really cares about her, and that means that this lady has really shown my daughter love. And I can even be so bold to say that I love that girl. I love her too.
Oh, because that is respectable.
If you can love my baby, let me tell you, girl, don't start me, because I'll be emotional and shit. Y'all gonna see the thug crowd tonight.
I get so emotional, baby. Okay, I'm done.
Every time I
think of you,
okay, I can't
so emotional, baby. Ain't it shocking what ain't it shocking what love can do?
Hey, stop.
Okay.
We gotta stop. Anyway, it makes me really like love and care about her as a person, because she has, even though she doesn't have kids of her own, she has accepted my kids. Right. She loves them. They love her. They want to see her okay. And if and my daughter, most of all, being a female and being, you know, of the emotional age that she is, seeing that that her stepmom is going through pain and all she wants to do is comfort her, then like I can't help but love that girl. And I can say that. And even if, let's say that they, God forbid, but let's say they don't make it as a couple, like I'm still going to feel that way about her, because she was able to accept my children and to love them. Right. You know what I mean? Enough from them to love her back.
Right. And to make that connection and develop that relationship. Don't you cry, nigga.
And if you can do that with teenagers, bitch, you was a magical unicorn.
You a boss.
What did make you at?
You the real MVP.
I'm trying to tell you.
Because I want to choke my son every day. Okay. And when I say every day, I mean every fucking day.
And like every hour on the hour. Like
Mom, you know that I don't remember that I have to like do the same chores every day.
The same thing you tell me every fucking day.
The same ass fucking shit. I'm like, okay, so like, you forgot the dishwasher?
Motherfucker.
But that was one thing that Cherie said, that was whenever she kind of let go of some of that ugliness. When Trey said, I really like her mommy,
and he wanted to get her a gift.
Right.
I was like, look at God.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. And it's like, honestly, I can't see myself having hatred for a woman like that. You know, especially if you gave my husband a child or whatever, you know.
Oh, you mean currently? I got you. Sorry.
Yeah. Like if it was, girl.
Yeah. You gave him his child.
A child that, you know, and now we all have to co-parent or whatever, because I came into the picture. Mm-hmm. But it's always harder. Just like she said, she's like, okay, so I came in, I'm the bonus mom, and this is how we gonna do this. 'Cause she didn't have any kids at the time, Jada. So she had all these illusions of grandeur about parenthood anyway. But I think it's just a learning experience. It's all about growth. And I think if you're able to set aside your feelings and maybe your insecurities or whatever jealousies you might have, not necessarily because you want to be in the relationship, but like Cherie said, she thought about what she didn't give her son. So what would your advice be to a woman who has a relationship with a man who maybe has a baby mom that doesn't want to develop a friendship, or like vice versa? Like, so for a fella who, you know, has a relationship with a woman and he's really into and he wants to be with her, and they've got a difficult baby dad. Like, what is your advice?
Well,
shut up. No, she don't get that shit from me.
What I would say is I've kind of been through that. Mm-hmm. So I had a friend who was free fucking like you said. He just happened to be free fucking like one bitch. And I guess they weren't quote unquote exclusive from what he says. Anyway, so Bam gets pregnant, has a baby. He's thinking in his mind, we're the same. He and I are the same age. We grew up together, and he's like, "Fuck, I gotta marry her. Like, I gotta do." Like, he just in his mind is automatically saying all the shit he has to do, with this girl because
she's pregnant.
Got her pregnant, and he was about to graduate from college when the girl got pregnant, and his mentor was like, "Let me tell you something. First of all, don't marry anybody out of
because they're pregnant, right?
Well, no, not even because they're pregnant, but just out of obligation. Like, if you don't genuinely love and want to spend your life with this person,
don't marry
he was
them.
like, don't marry her.
Yeah.
So he didn't, and the dude I'm talking about is a very stand-up guy, always had a great job, whatever the case may be. So he went, you know, and at first they were good to go on the parenting thing. They were co-parenting together, not living in the same home, whatever. But it finally got to a point where, you know, I guess she felt like she wanted the relationship more. And I thought it was him. I was like, okay, so it's you may be reading too much into it. But it got to the point where he was like showing me text messages and stuff. And he was like, I'm not trying to be with her, Sharonda. Like, legit, I'm just trying to, you know, be with my fucking son. Like, this is my only child in life. And this bitch got him. And she's being crazy. Yeah. So he literally went and filed child support on himself.
Oh, that's good.
So that he could get established. Because she was one of those type of females that's like trying to keep the baby from him or using the baby as leverage or whatever the case may be. So it's like, no, fuck her. He went and filed on himself and then got his visitation and holidays and stuff straight. And honestly, he just fucking followed. He followed that fucking that decree or whatever to the letter. And anytime he had a question, he would call me. I don't know why, because my motherfucking ass ain't the smartest. But I got friends as lawyers, so I called.
I'm making a lot of noise.
A lawyer or two of that were my friends, and they broke it down to me and to tell him what certain things mean. Yeah. And he literally, every time she tried some fly shit or some crazy shit, he would fucking just throw that decree in her face like, bitch, no, because I pay you XYZ. Right. Every month you get your money like clockwork, bitch, run me my son, or we gonna fight. And it even got to the point where she moved,
we gonna fight.
Or it got to the point where she moved to another state.
Yeah, but they can't do that, can they?
She just did it. Whatever. I don't know. I wasn't trying to be a part of that. It's not my kid, not my situation. Totally. But, you know, it got to the point where he was like, either you work with me on meeting me halfway with this baby so I can get him for my allotted time, or, bitch, we're going to have problems.
Damn, that would be like every other weekend. Was she close?
No, she wasn't close. But, so what he ended up doing is being very strict about the holidays. So, you know, you alternate Christmases, you know, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Thanksgiving, you know, New Year's, all that shit, the fucking Groundhog Day.
Just as long as he can have time and build that relationship with the child.
And he was very serious about it. And he was such a good dude about it. He was like, don't even send him with shit. Bitch, I got everything. I got it.
Right.
So fuck out of here. Like, go ahead, bitch. I don't even need a fucking pamper from you. I got everything I need for him. Just give me my kid. So my advice to a woman that's going through that's dating somebody who does have a guy that has a kid, got a crazy baby mama, like, find out what your rights are. Help him find out what his rights are. If he does not have that shit already figured out, like, help him get that taken care of and help him execute that shit.
Right. Now, the person super supportive.
Yeah, the person I'm talking about was just a friend of mine, but, you know, I've known this person my whole life. This is like one of my closest friends. So, bitch, I helped the best way I could. And at the end of the day, like, I'm going to help him, you know, try to see, because I know this guy. This guy just wants to see his fucking kid, and he wants to take care of his son, build memories, and do shit with him. So, you know, shit, I helped him out as much as I possibly fucking could.
But that's really the horrible thing about people who have a good heart and they want to be a good parent. You know,
I did have, oh God, the chick that my ex dated before he got married to the lady he's with now. That bitch swore by God that I wanted him. Mm-hmm. And I was like, are you for real? And he actually ended up calling me, and we had a good conversation that time that we talked. He was like, yeah, I guess she just sees you and thinks that, you know, that I still want to be with you. I was like, but you do. Like, let's stop. But I'm not being cocky. I swear to God.
But also you do.
Yeah, but you do. But you know, but my following statement after that, Michelle the asshole.
But also you do.
You do want to be with me, but you know goddamn well I don't want to be with you. And you know that's not possible. So do you need to put me on speakerphone? Do I need to text this bitch? Does she need a carrier pigeon? Do I need to send her a motherfucking smoke signal? Should I send an Uber to her? Does she need to send her a goddamn delivery driver? What does this bitch need to understand?
Bitch, do you need an AOL? You've got mail around this motherfucker. Do you need somebody
to write a letter in the sky with an airplane? What do I need to do to explain to you that I don't want nothing? Bitch, nothing
to do with him.
7
years ago, bitch, you tried it.
With my motherfucking... No, bitch, I don't want him. But he just said that she just could not get over, you know, the fact that...
You were a person?
That I even existed. I really feel like...
I mean, where the fuck do you think these kids came from?
Immaculate conception from a man. Had to be. But
and then... God said to the man.
But here's the thing. Here's what drove all that home is that they would literally have, and this is what pissed me off. My daughter came home and told me, because see, my daughter, that little motherfucker is live at 5. Mm-hmm. You don't ask her stuff. Well, I'm not gonna say you. I'm gonna say me, because she don't like most people
or anyone
because she's a Taurus like Michelle. But she used to just come home and say, I'll say, baby, did you have a good time? Everything okay? You took a bath? Did you eat? You know, I'm all like mom. Like, I'm not the asshole that I am with y'all. I'm like mom when I'm with them. So I'm like, did you eat? Like, did you clean between your toenails? Like, are your ears clean? You know, I'm one of those people. Like, did you take a bath? How many baths did you take? Like, what kind of soap did you use? Like, I'm one of those kind of moms. Right. So when it got to the point where I was like, how was your weekend? What'd you do? Are you okay? Did you eat? You want me to stop and get you some food now? Like, whatever. You know, she told me one time, like, dad and, you know, ghetto bitch, got into, you know, they were just arguing the whole time. And, you know, they were just screaming at each other. And I was like, and then the more she talked,
it made me mad. They argued.
I had to pull over because I just kept closing my eyes because I felt the heat rising from my feet all the way through the top of my fucking head. And it got to the point that I had just picked them up, and she just got in the car and told me. She would just like look stressed out. And I'm like, what's wrong? She told me the same thing again, that they were just arguing. I ended up meeting my cousin, dropping my kids to my cousin, and driving back over there. And I didn't even know what the fuck the people were going on, what was involved, with what they had going on. I didn't give a fuck. I beat on that front door like I was the motherfucking cops. And when I tell you, I said, get the other motherfucker to live here and bring that bitch to the door too. And when I tell you,
bloop,
I went blank from there. I was like, I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on. And I don't care about what y'all got going on. But what the fuck you're not going to do is you're not going to expose my kids to y'all's bullshit. And until you can get your shit together and have a whatever kind of conversation without my child being involved and listen to you motherfuckers scream all day and night.
Yeah,
like, bitch, cool. They're not coming back. Like, I went so off. And I didn't even know the things that I said until he ended up calling me back a couple days later, and he was like, he apologized. He put her on the phone. She apologized. And I was like, I don't give a fuck about your apology.
Do not do that fucking shit ever again.
But at the end of the day, I didn't give a fuck, because fuck your apology and fuck all of that, because you selfish motherfuckers was so worried about whatever the fuck y'all were talking about. Y'all didn't care that my kids were here. I don't do shit in front of my children. Like, they don't even know. They know I'm insane, but they don't know that I'm a full-blown idiot, because they don't need to know that.
Right. They're kids. They need to stay in a child
fucking
place.
Why can't they just be outside fucking playing, riding bikes right now? Like, why do they have to be cooped up in the house?
Meanwhile, they're watching fucking Jerry Springer in the house.
You know what I'm saying? Like, live at fucking 5, real life Jerry
And y'all probably arguing over some bitch. So now you got this conversation going on that's inappropriate, number one, for kids.
Let me tell you something. It took him And I said, and I had to tell him, I said, listen, I don't remember what I really don't remember what I said to y'all. I said, I feel like I know I meant it. Like, it was just one of those things because I really don't remember what I said. And he ran it back to me, and I was like, damn, I was going off. I was blacked out, but I knew what the fuck. I was saying the right shit because everything I said was just like, you got me fucked up. Like, I don't raise my kids like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't see a bunch of arguing and fight. If my kids saw me and Michelle bust out and break out into a fight right now, they would probably both start crying. They're both teenagers, right. But they probably start crying because they're not used to seeing that. I don't raise them that way. They don't even see that kind of stuff. Actually,
and let me just say this, and this has nothing to do with anything, but my sister and I got into a huge physical fight last week, and poor Michaela cried she's so heavily.
Because she's not used to seeing that. Yeah. It's not funny.
Like, it's not funny, but like she was so devastated. She was like, oh my God. Like, I'm talking about, went in the room by herself and was like having that full cry where she was just like, they just keep fighting. Like, was talking to herself, and I felt bad, but like, I mean, it got to that point. Like, you know, sometimes it boils over, especially with family.
Oh God,
you know.
Oh, it's years and years alone.
Right.
Might make your head blow off. Yeah. Look at Nick.
Nick, she say, I knew my granny was a felon
when I was in kindergarten. Them kids gonna be all right. No,
that's true. You're all right. You all right, but you also don't want to get married and you don't want to have no kids. So is you all right?
No, I'm with you. But at the end of the day, like, I knew that. Okay. I knew that it was alcohol involved because they drank all the time and stuff like that. So I knew it was much more than just, you know, the regular going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Because me and Omar go back and forth all the time. We talk about whatever, but there's never like a full, like, this person locked themselves in the bathroom and this other one's beating on the door and they like physically fighting. Like, it wasn't never no shit like that kind of shit right there. Just, I draw the line there. That just is not it. Mothers are more protective over their children than men, I feel. No, you're 100% right, D. Because we carry the kids. Like, I'm connected to this thing from the moment that I know I'm pregnant. Like, a lot of the time, bitches be sick. So, yeah, you have controlled my life for so long. Like, of course I'm going to be more protective over you than your father is. Because they didn't have to carry you the way that we did. So, shit. Like, I nursed you as an infant. Like, your every fucking need was supplied by me for months. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna automatically be more protective. I just don't want my kids growing up thinking that this crazy ass fighting and going crazy and to see people physically get into altercations and think that shit is normal, because that shit is not fucking, like, that's not cool. That's not normal. That's not. It was normal for us growing up, some of us growing up, because that's just what the fuck happened. But this day and this age, with all of these fucking cops shooting people and shit, and we already have to be protective over our boys and fuck our girls too. Like, I don't need them thinking that that's the only way they can resolve shit is, oh, I'm just gonna fight because that's all the fuck I see at home. No. What you see at home is you see your mom talking to you know, whomever she has a disagreement with, or whoever she has an altercation with. But I mean, sometimes you gotta just motherfucking throw hands though too, you know.
Nuck if you buck, bitch. Nuck if you buck, nuck. Okay, let me not. I mean, my thing is, you need to be able to defend yourself. You need to be able to know how to do that. 100%. And I'm never gonna have my own ass kicked in my house. If I got my ass kicked in my house in front of my kids, I bet you I'm going to go down stabbing at some shit.
Bitch, my grandmother would roll over in her grave if she knew that I lost a motherfucking fight in my house.
Especially in your fucking house in front of your goddamn kids.
Oh, bitch, I had a fight in my house once. Somebody left this motherfucker in stitches. Bleeding, and had to get stitches.
Thanks, Steve.
And it wasn't me.
Didn't know you could see that.
We saw all them little thighs. She got some kid little thighs.
Thick.
I'm sure I would got that shit behind my kids if I listen.
Yeah, you will. You
Lisa,
will.
D, all of y'all that don't have kids, I'm telling y'all.
You will. And it ain't gonna take but a little bit. I wanted to burn down the school 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh God.
You know I was mad.
Listen.
Because I'm like, you're not ever gonna have a conversation with my son about no real shit.
You need me to come up there with you.
But that's my problem is like you were saying, we're already struggling to raise these boys without them getting hurt, without them getting involved in bullshit.
And it's like how to have conflict resolution without it being a physical situation.
Right.
Absolutely. 100%.
And one thing I always want from my son is for him to be able to talk to me 100%. I want my son to be able to talk to me. I want him to be able to talk to Patrick. I want him to be able to talk to his dad. I want him to be able to talk to my mom. You know what I mean? I want my son to be able to communicate openly about the things that are happening. And for those people at that school to have a conversation with my son and say, well, we're not going to call your parents. Bitch, you don't have to call me, but I'm going to know about it. And I'm going to find my way up there to that motherfucking school. And my sister was like, please stop. I said, you know what? I think I need to go put money on that lunch account. I'm about to go up to the school. She was like, stop.
I didn't. You know what? Let me take this. What I got here?
I was like, I think.
83 up to the school and put this on his account. Bitch, you can do it online, ma'am.
That's how I usually do it. That's how I usually do it.
I know. I do too.
But I have like a $20 thing, like a fine, not a fine, but like I owe 20, like fur binders and like badge stuff. And I was like, I'm finna take this 20 up here to this school. And
I'm there.
Yeah, I'm gonna check this AP real quick. I'm gonna talk to that nigga and I'm gonna let him know.
Let me go snatch this motherfucker's edges right now.
Yeah, you're not gonna have no conversation with my son without me knowing about it. And I told him that on the phone. I said, next time you speak to my son, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. You need to call me and let me know.
Yeah. See,
because look at all the shit that they have, the opposition that our sons have to face anyway.
Like you already starting with the stack deck, with the deck stacked against you,
right?
So that's why I'm saying. I think that's why I'm such a proponent of not letting my children see. Even me
extra shit.
Me behaving a certain way. Like I want them to be able to say, you know what?
I respect my mom and look up to her.
Yeah, my mom was able to get through XYZ, even though it was a bad situation or whatever the fuck, whatever the case is. Like I need them to be able to see, okay, my mom, taught me how to keep my cool, to be able to talk and get myself in and out of whatever situation that I need to get out of. Whatever, to me, I feel like it's my fucking duty,
to teach them,
to teach you and to be a productive, just a
member of society,
just a decent fucking person in society, not thinking hood fight, world star,
and that's the things
I don't have that, I'm not doing that. Those are not the type of children that I want to raise. I wasn't raised that way, so it's just not gonna fucking happen.
I had a conversation with Terrence last week. We went to breakfast. And I just told him, I said, I was young when I had you. I mean, I wasn't super young, but I was like 20. Mm-hmm. That's still stupid. You don't know shit. Mm-hmm. And I told him, I said, I appreciate you being there for me because it's like we grew up together. You know? And there were some things that I did that were sucky and shitty and I felt bad about it. But it's like, you have a young mom, dude. That's what you got. You got a young mom, so that means you're going to experience some things that your friends not going to experience.
Right.
One thing that she said to me has resonated with me so heavily. And she told me, she said, Michelle, no matter where you are with your kids, no matter how much you have, no matter what you do, as long as you're there with them and you're there for them kids going to love the shit out of you and they're going to be happy. You know what I mean? And I'm always like...
that she could not fucking be more right.
Right.
I'm dead ass serious because
100%.
The way that I grew up initially, I was raised, adopted, whatever by my grandparents, but before that, I did spend, and not to be just putting my shit out there, but I did spend time with, growing up with my mom and stuff like that. My mom had me literally on her 17th birthday.
Yeah.
Like my mom got
pregnant. You have the same birthday?
We have.
Yeah. They look alike too. It's crazy.
No, we don't.
Okay.
Anyway, but a lot, it was a lot growing up having a mother that was that young and that
irresponsible
and not knowing what to do and how to do it and still living under the roof of her parents and shit like that. So at the end of the day, a lot of the time I used to, not now because fuck, it's so old. But before, I used to just think, damn, I just really wish that my mom was just here. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like just be present. Like even if you're not going to do the parenting, can you be here so I can see you? I just want to love you,
or I just want to talk to you about something. Like the first time, you know, when I was a young girl and started my cycle for the first time, like I didn't talk to my mom about that, and you missed that. I called my cousin. Even though my cousin, even to this day, she's like a mom / sister / best friend, like whatever. But I would have preferred to talk to my mom.
To your mom about it,
because my mom is supposed to be the one. But no, that wasn't the case. So that's why I can say wholeheartedly, it ain't shit you can do wrong, Michelle. I'm talking to you. Like, there's nothing that you can do wrong with those babies because you're there. Bitch, you clock in every day. Mm-hmm. Like, I text you on Mother's Day, and I was just, some of the stuff, that's not for y'all to know. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because, bitch, you're still there. Yeah. You get up. You clock in. Yeah. You're there for it.
I'm up all night if I have to be. Yeah.
Bitch, get up in the morning and clock in. If you can get up and clock in for this shit, we're good.
Right. Like that's the biggest job that you have. Fuck the rest of that shit going to work. That is the job.
That's the job.
That's the job.
The job. I don't give a fuck what anybody else says. Like, that sometimes is the hardest fucking thing for you to do. And when you can still get up and show up, bitch, and I can clock in for it and I'm here.
It's like those commercials that say moms don't get a sick day. That's the realest shit that I've ever seen on TV. Because it's the fucking truth. Like, you could be in the most fucked up mood, and you might bitch and moan through the whole fucking thing. Mm-hmm. You might cuss some people. You might yell. You might say, "Get this motherfucking shit off this goddamn table." But you showed up,
right?
And you were there. You know what I mean? Like,
and most importantly, when they need you,
you're right there.
You're there. Or if you're not right there when it's happening, you're a phone call away.
Yeah. I mean, it's like...
And that's all, like, any good parent, like, I feel so good. Even though I want to choke the shit out of my daughter, like,
every day. It's every that day. Age. That's why I have the same problem with Terrence.
And her punishment right now is that she has, like, the worst Android phone. Like, I found the worst one that anybody ever made.
I'm getting a flip phone.
We all have iPhones in this house. So... when we finally gave her a phone back because she fucked up and did some dumb shit and got her iPhone taken from her, we found
Y'all still have it? Yeah. Of course Omar has it. My bad.
We gave her the shittiest fucking... I mean, this bitch don't even get reception sometime. I'm dead ass serious. It's brand new, but that's the shittiest fucking Android I've ever seen in my life. And I proudly handed her that bitch like, my nigga, happy birthday,
right?
Merry Christmas, all that. Like, that's she getting the shitty Android.
I'm getting a flip phone for Terrence. I'm with this. Is about the 7th time he lost the phone.
Let me tell you something. I want one of them motherfucking Razor phones. So you just flip that bitch. But I'm saying that to say, like, I love the fact that my daughter knows no matter what happens, I'm a fucking phone call away and I'm on it. Like, she's called me before with stuff happening or not knowing what to do or a decision that she needed to make or whatever. And bitch, I was like, I'll be there in about 15 minutes. I'm never longer than 15 minutes away, and I'm on my way there. Like, to me, that is the best feeling in the world. I love being able to
be there, to parent, to be a present parent. And like,
I don't like them though. I don't like her. Right. Don't get it twisted. I don't like her.
Fuck them kids. All. Fuck them kids and whatever. But like I really enjoy that my son will talk to me. Like, he's like, well, these kids wanted me to vape. And I told them that I wasn't going to do it because my mom told me not to do it. And I said, well, I'm not telling you not to do it because I don't want you to enjoy the experience. That's not why I'm telling you don't vape. I'm telling you because you're a child.
And that's not for you.
Right. And I said, Terrence, think about how many years you have to be on this earth. Mm-hmm. You have so many years to smoke weed and to get full of THC. Did you say that to him? Yes, I did. Oh, and every time he goes outside, I'm like, don't smoke weed. Don't do this. Don't do that. Because I know he's at that age where people are trying to impress upon him. And I just want him to know, like, it's not bad. It's just not for you right now. You know what I mean? Like, you have time to experience that when you get to be older. Right now, what you need to be doing is trying to get through 6th fucking grade, dude. You know, you're trying to go to middle school. You can't be worried about whether or not you can fucking hit somebody's vape pen.
Right, because it's not important, bro.
Exactly, because I know goddamn you well, I'm not fucking buying you one. Move that other ball out the way. Oh, never mind. You can't see it. But that's my parenting approach. It's always not, I'm your friend, but I'm going to be real as fuck with you. Mm-hmm. If I can tell you what you need to know, because my mom was good. My mom and dad were good parents. Mm-hmm. But they never had that real ass fucking approach with me. And I was the type of kid, I needed that. You know what I mean? Like, I would always be like, well, that's what I want to do. I want to do it. Why you don't tell me?
I might be doing all right with Taylor then. Because I try as much as possible to just be real with her. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
So you're going to live your life like a whole slob? You're going to be gross.
No, and I see y'all's relationship and you guys have a good rapport going. That's how me and Michaela are. Like, I'll be like, Michaela, this is bullshit, man. And she's like, Mom,
bullshit?
She's like, I just wanted to do my makeup. I'm like, but you got my shit everywhere though. You got my shit all over the place. And she's like, but do you see my eyebrows? My eyebrows look so good. I'm like, but you didn't do them though. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't even do them. You just put eyeshadow on your forehead. Like, you're not even on.
Oh my God.
What you think? But that's what I want. I don't want them to think I'm their friend.
So funny, yeah.
But I want them to be able to say, listen to this fucked up thing that happened at school.
Right.
You know, because I want to be that person. And maybe it's because I'm controlling. It's probably a little bit of that.
Well, I mean, you're naturally going to be controlling your mom.
Yeah.
Like, we have to, because when their little lives depend on you, until they can independently just walk and hold themselves up or whatever the case may be.
It's our job.
Yeah, that's your sole responsibility. Like, you're
right.
Not your sole responsibility, but your sole.
Nigga, that's our sole responsibility.
No, but I'm saying you're solely responsible for everything that is this like other tiny fucking human.
I mean, but it is though our sole responsibility. Like, that's why I'm going to work. I'm not going to work because I like work, nigga. I'm going to work because your ass gotta fucking eat.
Right.
I'm going to work because you need clothes. You need this. You need that. You need AC. This and this and that.
Before that, when they're like tiny. So
shit, you need to take care because I got to go to work.
You can't help but be controlling because you honestly controlled it for so long.
Man, one time Terrence had to.
That's why these 30-year-old niggas be dying and they be like, my baby.
Yeah, because it's your baby. Like, it don't matter what age. Like, my mom still calls me her baby. On my birthday, she's like, how's my baby girl? I'm like, bitch, I'm almost 40. But okay.
I got 9 gray hairs, mama, but I'm cool. Motherfucker, how you doing?
I'm cool as a fan. What's going on? You know.
What up, fam?
But like, that's one thing I can say about my mom. It's like, now, and even as a kid, my mom wanted me to be much less expressive. She always wanted me to be like, I'm happy, I'm this, I'm that, I'm going to school, and I'm doing it. And I would always be like, man, fuck that shit. Guess what happened?
I just want Taylor to talk more. Like, I like expressive.
Maybe she's scared to talk.
She's not.
Nigga, your ass is like a pit bull sometimes.
No, but she's like that with everything. Like, it's hard to get stuff. Nothing really moves her until it does. Does that make sense? Like, it takes
because it takes that long to get us to move. It's like, okay. Bitch, that's how me and my sister got into it. Because it was like, okay, for like 4 or 5 months. It was like, okay, bitch, cool, we good. Okay, yes, fabulous. And then it was like Mount Vesuvius. That's all it is. It's like, it takes a long time for that emotion to get to the top.
I know, and then y'all
I'm not 40D, I'm 34.
That bitch is 92. No, but what's crazy is that I hate the build up because it's always a meltdown.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
Somebody told me once that I was like a suicide bomber. Like, I would like go out by myself and blow myself up and cry and have emotional breakdown, and nobody else would be affected by it but me. And it's true.
So that's not really a suicide bomber. What it is, like a fucking suicide.
Yeah, that's suicide.
Okay, but I just need Taylor to do better with that. Like, I need her to express and just, she doesn't have to have emotions. Just,
you know what? Let's switch kids so we can train them properly.
Done deal.
Yeah.
We're going to shake on it.
Fucking most definitely. Okay, so...
I'm getting Michaela!
And maybe we could even go out as a 4. And we could just, like, go do some girl shit. And they could go... I mean, we could go and you and Michaela could, like, learn how to, like, be Aquariuses together.
We don't have to learn that. We already are. We already are.
And me and Taylor can be like, ugh, look at that bitch.
And y'all could just be like living in the same room and not even talk to each other until
yes, like, really possibility. Because it's like I'm fine by me. I'm fine. I'm good. I don't need anyone else until I'm ready to talk to someone else. Just like you said, you're fine, bitch, until you're not fine.
Until you're not.
And there's nothing to tell you when that's going to be. Yeah. It's just like it's like a scale that goes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like. Whoop!
Yep.
Bitch, I said fuck you. I told you I'm motherfucking ass to fuck with me.
But see, I don't like that build up because that can just take so much out of you. You're exhausted.
So much out of you?
Out of you because you're exhausting yourself. Because you're holding all of that in.
Remember it's how mad I was?
It's like shaking up a Coke bottle. Yeah. And it's just the pressure is building. But my thing with her is I just want you to let it go as it happens because that buildup is unhealthy.
She's not going to be able to do that. That's just not how we operate.
I'll teach her.
We don't want to be like you guys bearing water and letting shit out as it goes. And
that has nothing to do with bearing water.
I'm an Aquarius. I'm such a free. I just want to let everything go. Taurus is like, okay, bitch. Explosion.
But that physically can have effects on you is what I'm saying.
Maybe that's why I have 3 gray hairs right here.
It is. It's absolutely why. You're fucking old. We've dragged this out long enough, ladies and gentlemen. We're down to 2 viewers. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. Fuck. Hey, if you're not watching, you missed the motherfucker out, okay? Because me and Sharana really got deep.
We did.
We're going to switch kids. Maybe we'll even vlog it for you guys. That would be cool, huh?
We so need to because me and Michaela are going to be like taking trips to the museum.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to be drawing shit. We're going to be making shit with our hands. We might even make some shit with our feet. Fuck you, okay?
Yeah, because totally. Fuck us.
Yes.
Me and Taylor are going to be like, what do you feel like doing? Girl, eating.
Oh my God.
Girl, we're the same Girl, it's food. Let's go look at some beauty products, bitch.
You're and paint nails.
Yes.
And that's Taylor. Oh
my God. Duh. I totally do my own nails and toes.
We have to go because Taylor's going to pack up her room and go home with Michelle.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I have to go drive and get Michaela. So
Totally fine. And maybe you can comb her hair for me because she won't let me do it.
Oh, so she'll love me because I'm so gentle. Anyway.
So how did you like the wine?
I'm going to give it an 18.
Baby Hunty.
Yeah, Hunter's getting restless. He wants his mommy.
Mm-hmm. He wants that titty. She didn't say that, but he wants that titty. So it can be like...
Did you have to do it like that?
Yeah, because, I mean, it is big.
Fuck. I hate
so she want me to be like... That's not real life.
It's what it is.
Your breasts don't never look like that, okay, bitch? Pew, 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 pew.
It's what it is.
Pew, 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 pew. Okay, so what did you think about the one?
It's a 4.5. I fucking hate this bitch. Anyway, pew pew pew.
Pew pew pew.
I'm going to give this wine.
Pew pew pew.
I'm gonna give it a 23 because I really liked it.
Pew pew pew.
It is aged in French barrels, but I don't think that it's oak because I fucking hate oak.
Me too. Fuck. Every time we have it, I'm like, why is this fucking wood?
But it's not
in my goddamn cup.
But this does say that it is aged in French barrels.
Sharonda, I fucking hate that shit where it's like unoaked or whatever the fuck. When it tastes like wood, I'm like, I just want to rake everything off the table. The only kind of
wood she like in her mouth is
a grip.
Patrick wood.
Did you just say Patrick's wood?
Oh, of course not.
I flipped down the am, you know I'm looking good.
Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna give
diamonds up against that wood. 3. I flipped down the am, you know I'm looking good.
How do you feel
I'm banging screw, bitch. I'm diamonds up against that wood. Bye.
Thank you for joining us on Between Us Girls. But don't keep it a secret. Listen and share with everyone you know. See you next week.